Good morning, students. Welcome back to computer science class. Today here I am going to explain you about the tokens. Okay, tokens are a very important question, and you can expect this question in a essay type. Okay, so what are tokens? Tokens are actually small building blocks, small units which are used in a programming. Okay, for every programming you will get some tokens. Okay, every programming, C++, Java, whatever program it may be, you will get a tokens. Your tokens are nothing but they are symbols. Okay, symbols which are understood by the compiler, and tokens helps the compiler at the time of program execution to interpret the program. And tokens is nothing but it is a collection of characters. Collection of characters are nothing but it is a string, and which is executed according to the rules of the programming language. And in simply you can say that tokens are small individual units in a program, and that are understood by the compiler, and it helps the compiler at the time of program execution. Okay, so what are the tokens? Tokens are small individual units, small building blocks in a source code, actually in a C programming. Okay, so and these are understood by the compiler, and it helps the compiler at the time of execution. That's it. Or you can simply in the exam you can write that tokens are small individual units in the source code. What is the source code? Whatever program the user is writing, that is called as a source code. Understood? What are the tokens? Tokens are small individual units in the source code, and that are understood by the compiler, and it helps the compiler at the time of executing. Clear? And in C programming, we have different types of tokens, and each and every token you need to write in the exam. Okay, now I'll give you the list of the tokens, and I will explain each and every token of C programming. Keywords, identifiers, operators, separators, and we have different types of tokens. Next, constants. These are the tokens in C programming. Okay, keywords, identifiers, operators, separators, constant. In this tokens, operator is again you have an essay question, and constant is also an essay question. Okay, just under tokens I will give the little bit description about this too, but again you have an essay question on operators and in constant. The basic definition of this two I will explain right now. After this, in the next class, I will explain in detail about operators and constants. Okay, so these are the tokens in C programming. See, you are writing a C programming. This is a simple program. Hash include stdio.h is the header file, preprocessor command, void main. Next, last example what I have given is a equals to 10, b equals to 20, c equals to a plus b. Printf. This simple example program I have given, printf %d c. I am printing a c value. Example, this is a C programming. Simple C programming to print sum of two numbers. Okay. So here you may get a question that where is a token? Here each and every word is a one token. Remember, whatever you are using in the program, in a C program, it may be a simple program or it may be a complex program, whatever it may be, whatever you are using, each and everything is called as a token. Okay. Here, hash include is a keyword, stdio.h is a header file, void is a keyword, main is a keyword, int is a keyword, a is also a token. Okay, it is an identifier, and it is an operator. It is a value. Okay, each and every point in a C programming is nothing but is a part of token. So what type of tokens we have? What are tokens? What tokens we used in this program? That we'll discuss now in detail. Okay. Example here. See, whenever you'll get this question in the exam, your presentation should be good. Everything should be like this in the boxes. Presentation, you can score maximum marks. So you try to give a good presentation at the time of exam. Okay, it's very easy. Now, keywords. See, already I have explained keywords are the predefined words. When you load any software, in order to help the user, the software will provide some words to the user, some functions to the user. That functions and that words, by default, you will get with that software. Similarly, when you load the C programming, when you want to write the C programming, when you install the C programming software inside your system, in order to write a program, the C programming software provides some words to help the user to write a C programming. That words are called as a keywords. So keywords are reserved words. Reserved words means that words are having some specific meaning, some functionality. Okay, so that words you cannot use for other purpose. Okay, so that words are called as a keywords. Understood? What are the keywords? Reserved words, built-in words. For each and every word there is a specific meaning. Okay, what is the use of these words? These words help the user to write the program. Clear? Whenever you are writing a program, some words you will get from a software, some words you will get from a user. Okay, whatever words you get from a software, that words are called as a keywords. And whatever words you are getting from a user, that are called as an identifier. Clear? In the previous example program, see, I said void main. This words not from a user. What is the user? This it is a main, it is a function, it is the initial point for your programming execution, main function. So this is called as a keyword. And what is the meaning of this keyword? Your program execution starts from this only. Wherever you write this, from that point your program execution will be start. So some meaning is there for this word like this. Whatever words you get from a software, for all those words there is a specific meaning. So that are called as the keywords. Okay. So in C programming, we have 32 keywords, and for each and every keyword, there is a specific meaning and some function for that word. Clear? That are keywords, reserved words. Like void, here you can write void, main, int, and the next to printf. These are the keywords you will get from a C software. Clear? Now, the next one is an identifier. See, identifier, I'll give you an example. This is int A. Int is a keyword. This word you are getting from a software. And A is not a keyword. Here I can give A. A1 also you can give. So this name is given by the user. Who will give this name? It is given by the user. User can give A1, he can give A2, he can give B1, he can give B2, he can give his wish. He can give any name. So whatever names the user is supplying to a particular data, particular object, particular function, that are called as a keywords. So that are called as a identifiers. Okay, whatever words you are getting from a software, that are called as the keywords. Whatever names you are supplying, the user is supplying, that are called as the identifiers. The user can give variable name, he can give function name, he can give object name, he can give. In different places, the user can supply his own name. That are called as the identifiers. Here, whatever names you are getting from a software, keywords. Whatever words you are getting from a user, that are called as the identifiers. But whatever words you are getting from a software that are keywords, you no need to give a specific meaning. But whatever words you are giving, whatever names you are giving, that are called as identifier. But while giving identifiers, you need to follow some rules. Okay, what is the first rule is, whatever names you are giving, that name should not be a keyword. Should not be a keyword. See, here I said keywords are the system words. You cannot use that words as a keyword identifiers like this. Int a is value. Int is a keyword. A is an identifier because user is supplying this. But if the user is giving like this, int void. But void is a keyword. So you are not supposed to use keyword as a variable name. Okay, that is the first rule. And the second one is keywords, the identifiers should not start with the digit. Should not start with the digit. You can the identifier can start with alphabet or underscore like that. Int A1 is valid because here the identifier is starting with A. But if you are giving like this, int 1A, it is not valid. According to the C programming rules, according to the C programming vocabulary, identifier should not start with the number. It can start with the alphabet. Clear? Next, other special symbols are not allowed in an identifier like this. Int A1 is valid. If I give int A.1, it is not valid. This is called as a special symbol, and special symbols are not allowed. Clear? So we have some rules while giving a identifiers. You need to follow some rules. And one more thing is, all the identifiers are case sensitive. Case sensitive means if I give like this, int A1. Okay. If you are assigning value like this, A1 and 10, this is not same because this you have created in a lowercase letters and here it is in uppercase. So according to the C programming vocabulary, lowercase letters are different, uppercase letters are different. Total 52 characters you have in a C programming. Okay, so if you want to assign A1 equals to 10, again here you should give small a and 1. It is valid. But if you want to give like this, it is not valid because this case is different, this case is different. This is a uppercase and this is a lowercase. Clear? These are the rules. The first one is a key identifier should not be a keyword, and lowercase letters, uppercase letters are different. It should not start with a digit, and special symbols are not allowed inside a identifier. Now, the next one is operator. I think you all know what is an operator. Operator is a symbol. It performs some action like this. C equals to A plus B. These two are operators. Okay, so operator is a symbol which performs some arithmetic and logical operations. Okay, what it is a symbol which performs different operations on operands. Clear? And in C programming, we have what type of operators the C programming support is arithmetic like plus, minus, multiplication, division, and modulo. And relational operator greater than or equals to, less than or equals to. Comparison operators like that. And logical operators, logical and like this. Assignment equals to and assignment operator. Different types of like comma, not equals to. What operators the C programming support? All these operators will come under operators topic. And when we'll come to a essay question at that time, again I will explain each and every operator of C programming. So basically what type of operators it will support? Arithmetic, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, module. Arithmetic operators, which is used to perform arithmetical operators. Next, come to a logical, this relational operator. Less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, not equals to, equals to. Means which are used to compare each and every operand. That will come under relational operator. Logical operator, which is used to compare relational expressions. And next, assignment operators, equals to, which is used to assign a value like this. A equals to 10. This 10 is assigned to A. This is called as an assignment operator. And some special operators also we have in C programming. Clear? Operators which is used to perform arithmetic and logical operations on operands. Clear? Now, the next one is a separator. In the name itself, we have a definition. Separator. Separators are used to separate to different expressions and to different variables. Like int a comma b comma c. Here comma is called as a separator. Why it is called as a separator? Because it is used to separate two variables. Okay, it is used to separate two variables. And according to C programming, every statement, in the last class I have explained, every statement ends with a semicolon. So here semicolon, printf, percentile d, or print, just you print a. So here semicolon is used to separate the lines. Comma is used to separate the variables. Semicolon is used to separate the lines. So these two will come under the separators, which is used to separate variables and which is used to separate different statements, different lines in the programming. Clear? In the name itself you have a definition, separator, which is used to separate. But what it is separating? It is separating a variables, it is separating a lines. Comma is separating a variables and semicolon is separating the lines. These two will come under separators. Okay. The next one is a constant. Like in mathematics, you have a constant. Okay. So, and the next token is a constant. See, constant is a variable or it may be anything. Which is a constant means the whatever value you are storing in that particular variable, particular entity, that will never change. Okay. See, example, if I give a equals to 10, b equals to 20. What is a value here? 10, b value is 20. Same program, if you are executing number of times, the value of a and b, it will never change. So, such type of entities are called as a constants in C programming. Okay. So, sometimes if you want to fix value for a particular variable, you can fix. Or if you want to change the value of that variable, at the time of execution also few variables values you can change that are different, that are not will come under, that will not come under constants, but the variables which are holding a fixed value, that are called as a constants. Okay, so in C programming we have a different type of constants. Arithmetic, like integer constants we have, means here a value is 10. What type of value it is? It is an integer. So this is called as an integer constant. But if you are storing 10, a equals to 10.5. That is called as a real constant. Here it is not an integer value. In this variable, what type of value you are storing? Float. Okay. So such constants are called as a real constant. If you are storing a equals to x. In this variable, what value you are storing? What value you are storing? It is a constant only. But what type of constant it is? It's character you are storing. A equals to x is a character constant. Okay. But if you are storing string like this, a equals to half. Here what it is a string constant. So it depends on the value you are fixing inside the variable. Based on that you have a different types of constant. Integer, float, character, string. Okay. So these are the tokens. Now using all these tokens, I will write one example program and you identify the tokens. I am writing program to calculate sum of two numbers. stdio.h is a header file and it is a preprocessor because it is starting with the hash. Next, void main int a equals to 10, b equals float. Here I want to store a float point value, means the point with the decimal points. Float b equals to 10.5 comma c equals to a plus b. Here I am declaring c is also type of float because when you combine these two you will get result in a float. So that is why for the resultant variable also I am giving a data type as a float. Okay, data type means what type of value you are storing in that particular variable. You should inform the compiler. Okay, now printf percentile f. What is this f and later I will explain. This is a simple program. Okay, what is the object of this here? What is the purpose of this program? Calculating sum of two numbers. One is a type of integer and one is a type of float. So when you combine integer and float, you will get result in a float only. So that is why I am declaring the resultant variable is also float. Right. Here what are the tokens we like? First, keywords. Hash include is a keyword. Void is a keyword. Main is a keyword. int is a keyword, float is a keyword, printf is a keyword. Means these are the keywords which you are getting from a C software. Now come to identifiers, where the user has given the name, what names the user has supplied, A, B, C. A, B, C. These are not keywords, these names are given by the user. As already said, whatever names the user will supply, that are called as identifiers. So identifiers. What is the next one? Operator. How many operators we used here? See, equals to. Next, plus and percent. These operators we used in this program. Next, what is the next token? Separator. In two places we used semicolon is a separator which is used to separate the line, and a comma is a separator which is used to separate the variable. Comma. Next, separator over constants. What are the constants here? A and B. Because A and B, A equals to 10 is a constant, B equals to 10.5 is a constant. Because that values are fixed, that variable values are fixed. Okay, so these are the constant. Means whatever you are using in the program, even you are using a small comma also, that is a token. For this, I'll give you a simple example. You are stitching a dress example. When you are stitching a dress, or when you are taking a dress, what you will get in the dress? Cloth you will get, thread you will get, buttons you will get, extra cottons and all, whatever you will get in that. Each and everything is called as a token of that shirt or dress. Okay, so you are writing a C programming. In that program, whatever you have, each and everything is a part of a token. Each and everything is called as a token. Clear? Understood all of you? If you are cooking a rice, if you are cooking any curry, whatever ingredients you are using in that, everything is called as a token. Similarly, whatever you are using in a C programming, everything will come under the token. So that is why you should know what, see, if you are cooking one curry, what you should use. Okay, everything you should know. Similarly, if you are writing a program, what are the tokens? What you can use? Everything you should know. So that is why this topic today we learn token. Token's intention is nothing but what you can use inside the program and what you cannot use inside the program. So here whatever I have mentioned, everything you can use while writing a program. Clear? So this is about tokens. I hope you all understood. In the next class, we will continue with the next topic. Thank you.